Hey guys, welcome back to Learn with Rishi, your go-to channel for math tutorials. So this is a part 2 video where we will be exploring unit and conversions specifically tailored for graph-related applications. Now, understanding how to convert between different units is crucial when working with graphs, as it helps us accurately represent that data. So let's dive into the fascinating world of units and conversions for graphs. Alrighty, question 13. So you can use this graph to change between inches and centimeters. So we often encounter situations where we need to convert between inches and centimeters, or even meters to centimeters or vice versa. And understanding these conversions will allow us to precisely plot data on our graphs. So when we're converting 3 inches to centimeters, what must we do here? Well, the first thing we want to do is simply find 3 inches on the graph, which is merely this point here, and follow this point until we reach the line in our graph. And once we've hit it, we turn left and go towards the y-axis. So that there tells us that this could be anywhere between, let's say, 7.4 and 7.6. So we'll just put in 7.5. Again, if I zoom in and show you how I've done that. So in between 4 and 8, we have 6 here. And between that, we've got 5 in total, which means this section here would be 7. And that's almost close to halfway between 7 and 8. So we can call that 7.5. Marvelous. Okay, part B, change 50 centimeters to inches. But how can we possibly do that if our y-axis only goes up to 30 centimeters? Oh, here's the trick. So we first find out what 10 centimeters would be. So again, if I go ahead and dive into 10 centimeters, we now know that that would be 4 inches. So if 10 centimeters equals 4 inches, then 20 centimeters must equal 8 inches. So if we go to 20, and in fact, we are correct. It in fact does link to 20. We now know 10 centimeters is 4 inches, 20 centimeters is 8 inches. So how could we possibly calculate 50 centimeters? Any ideas? Well, if we do 10 multiplied by 5, we get 50. So if we have 4 multiplied by 5, we get 20. So our answer here is 20 inches. And there we are. Let's go for question 14. So again, we can use this graph to change between liters and pints. So we're changing 15 liters to pints here. So we're going to do the same thing. We'll take 15 liters, hit the line, and then we'll move across. And that there would give us within the 26 region. So we'll put 26.4. There we are. And now for changing 70 pints to liters. We haven't got enough pints. We've only got 35 to show for here. So we'll understand that if we go for 35 pints, that brings it down to something very close before 20, which we can say is 19, let's say 0.8, for instance. So if that's the case for 35 pints, we can simply double 35 to give us 70. So I'll just note it down here. So 70 pints will be double that, which can be 39.6, and that is our answer. Marvelous. Alrighty, question 15. So we're going to use this graph to change between feet and meters. Now, I hope you've got a hang of this, where we simply find 12 feet, which is just before this line here, and we can go up. That again would act just below 4, so let's go for 3.6. And then for part B, changing 25 meters to feet. Well, what's the best way to do this? And what's common between 25? Well, if we go for 5 meters, which is just the midpoint here, and then drop it down, we could say that 5 meters is approximately 16.5. So if we write 5 meters equals 16.5 feet, we're then going to multiply that by 5. We'll multiply both sides by 5. So we then have 25 meters, and then 16.5 times by 5 can be 82.5, and that there is our answer. Marvelous. Alrighty, question 16. We're now working between stones and kilograms. So we take 7 stones, we go all the way up, mind my sketch, and across, and we've got just below 45, so we'll put 44.5 kg. And now it's asking us to convert 100 kilograms to stones. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to take 50, because that is closest to 100. And we understand that's just below 8. So we'll say 50 kg equals 7.9. So if we double both numbers, what does that give us? Well, that instantly gives us 15.8, and that's our answer there. So again, just to know, always look for a pattern or a factor of that number that we're looking for, regardless of whether it's within the y-axis or x-axis, or if it's not. Beautiful work. Alrighty, we've got some final challenge questions here. Write 35 centimeters cubed in millimeters cubed. Now, that's an interesting question. So what do we have to do here? Well, the first thing we know is that the conversion between centimeter cubed and millimeter cubed is 1,000. So let's write 1 centimeter cubed is equivalent to 1,000 millimeter cubed. But let's draw this out for you. And we now know that for each one, it's 10 millimeters. And that is what equals to 1 centimeter cubed. So if we multiply this out together, 35 centimeter cubes will now begin to look like 35,000 millimeter cubed. And 18 and 19 is very much similar. So let's go for 1 meter cubed, or actually 1 meter squared, shall we say. So then I'll just draw out a square here, and we'll have 100 centimeters on one side and 100 on the other, which is again equivalent to 1 meter squared. But this time it's 10,000 in terms of a conversion. So we have 1 meter squared, which equals 10,000 centimeters squared, and that would give us 45,000 centimeters squared. So again, don't forget the conversions here. And then finally, we've got millimeters to centimeters here. So again, I will write 1 centimeter squared, which will give us 10 millimeters by 10 millimeters. And that's again, 10 times 10 is 100. 100 millimeters is seen as 1 centimeter squared. So if we write our conversion here, we now know that we have to have 90 divided by 100, which gives us 0.9 centimeters squared. And there you have it. That is units and conversions specifically focused on graphs, allowing us to accurately measure and represent data. So now by mastering these conversions, you're not only equipped to create the precise graphs, but also read the informative graphs that effectively communicate your findings. So keep challenging yourself with graphing exercises and explore various scenarios. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. With that in mind, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.